Hi, everyone. Welcome to Arthritis at Home. My name is Cheryl Koehn. I work at Arthritis Consumer Experts, and we are the host of this program, Arthritis at Home, coming to you every Thursday. I am so excited to be here and interviewing not only our newest blogger, but a really dear friend of mine, Carrie Barnes. Welcome to the studio, Carrie.
Thank you. So good to be here.
Yeah. For our audience, Carrie, I'm going to tell them just a smidge about what we've been up to behind the scenes, you and I, crafting up fun and challenging ourselves and growing the things that we're doing for people with arthritis in Canada and beyond. Um, I think it's going to become very clear to the audience, Carrie, that we're launching a new blog written by you, starring you in your life, called Joint Journeys, Life with Arthritis by Carrie. The origin of this is super fun, and we're going to get into that. But I thought perhaps what we do, apart from the cat's out of the bag now, we're launching a blog starring you. But let's tell the audience a little bit about yourself and, what type of arthritis you're living with, why you're sitting there in a medical wear and it looks like some sort of a storage room at a hospital. So what you do for a living, and tell us a little bit about your family circumstance.
Okay, well, so good to meet everybody. So I live in Ontario and I work at a major hospital here. I'm a dialysis nurse. So yes, welcome to one of the lovely storage rooms here. Just needed a quiet space. So I'm a mom. I have got two boys. I call them boys. My husband reminds me that they're young men. They're 21 and 18, so they're kind of grown-ups now.
They'll always be
And
your boys, Carrie.
uh, they will. And yeah, my husband and I, we love to hike. We like to be outdoors. Yeah, we just kind of are just doing life here and trying to make the best of it, of course.
Yeah.
I got diagnosed with arthritis in 2009, kind of a whirlwind of events that happened. And like most of us, that's our story. And got really nicely connected to an arthritis program here and was able to be involved as an ambassador. So sharing my journey with people face to face, because remember how we did that before the pandemic?
Yes,
And
exactly.
it was a really important process for me to deal with my own my own situation, being able to talk about what happened to me and hopefully deliver a little bit of a hopeful message that life can go on beyond the diagnosis and, you know, rediscovering who you are and just a different version of who you are, but that's okay, that whole bit. So I've been involved with them for over a decade, which is kind of, I feel old now saying that, but yeah,
Oh, no,
it's been
never.
quite a while.
Yeah, it's so interesting. If you have it in you and you're not afraid to use your voice, speaking out is so helpful to other people like us, Carrie, living with the type of arthritis. But it also helps us too, obviously. When
It
we
does.
use our own voice, we are
Yeah.
on our own kind of healing journey, so to speak.
Mm.
If not physically, then up here in one's mind and in one's heart.
Yeah,
We've known each
absolutely.
other. We met through the advocacy initiative to save a program in Ontario. One of my best days during the pandemic was meeting you in a virtual meeting, and we've known each other for about 3 years, going on 4. And for the audience, Carrie, I'll say it's been such a pleasure, and we've gotten to know each other very, very well. And I consider you in the web, so to speak.
Uh-huh.
You're in my hug. Exactly. Never letting you go. And we started to chat sort of every month, just a little check-in. And
Mhm.
because I work in arthritis and you work in healthcare yourself in a different field, but you also live with the disease, I found those just so helpful to me. That check in, that ability just to sort of talk about whatever the heck we wanted that was really unrelated to arthritis, but how helpful it was actually to our arthritis or for our arthritis.
Right.
So you sat down and started writing me in between. And so tell us about kind of what prompted that. When did you start thinking, oh, I think I'm going to sit down? What inspired you to do it? Back about a year ago now.
Mm-hmm. It's funny when I saw that question, I thought that's a good question because I had to really think about it. And a couple of things came to mind right away. One was that I love what you guys are doing at Arthritis at Home, and so much of it really resonated with me. And I would watch one of your episodes, and it would always get me thinking, and then I think about something else, and then something else, and you know how that happens. And I
Yeah.
thought, I just really need to share this. They need to know that somebody's out there watching and listening and thinks that what they're doing is fantastic. And so I thought, well, I'm just going to be that person. I'm going to put the comment in the comment box. And I thought, because it's just nice to hear that somebody's, actually cares about what you're doing. So it kind of started, that's sort of what happened. And then I began to realize that I don't have very many friends who understand that yes, we have arthritis, but life goes on. But then, oh wait, then we have this thing that pulls us back to something, and then I don't know, people don't get what that means, that it's chronic, it's not going away, it's not a broken bone, it's not a cold that your body will fight. Like we've got this. This is our baggage, right? We take this
Yeah.
with us wherever we go. And sometimes it's just nice to know to say, hey, you get this, that you get that we see life from a different perspective,
Yeah.
and it's
It's such
something reassuring about that.
Yeah, it's such a good point, Carrie. When I would sit down and we exchange a few emails and then we get together like this, it is that it's so hard to put into words, but it's that knowledge, it's that knowing the person you're sharing with gets it.
Yeah.
Like there's this layer of the blog posts that we're going to be sharing with people that you're writing, that you're sharing through the ACE platform, that is about life, but it's sitting on a foundation of arthritis, and people can go, oh wow, she's doing that, that's amazing, she's training for a triathlon, oh I can't even believe it, she's RA and she's going to take on a triathlon, or she's out plowing the earth and planting her garden, it's and everything in between. And whether you're
Mm.
sporty or not, the moments you're sharing with people through the blog are their breaks, their mental, emotional breaks from maybe what's going on in my life. And you're parachuting me in onto your little lily pad, and I'll get to see what's going on with Carrie. And so they're heartwarming, they're inspirational, they're friendly, they're sometimes challenging. They may challenge you to think about things that are going on in your own life, but they're just lovely, lovely, lovely moments.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Hey, listen.
I never thought I would actually have somebody enjoy my writing because I didn't do well at all
No,
at
but you
school.
know what?
So
It's so natural, Carrie, and it's why I twisted your arm to become a blogger for us, because it's very different. You're I think there's a need for this. So that's first and foremost. What can it do to help other people?
mm,
Right? Uh,
right.
how is it different from the blog posts that are out there now? And the difference is these are really not about arthritis. They're about, as the title of the blog suggests, they're joint journeys. They're journeys I can go on with you through your writing, it takes a cup of tea and a little 10-minute break in our
Mm-hmm.
day to take them in, to read them, to just sort of put your mind off and go floating away in the thought bubble with you. That's what I do anyway.
Yeah.
And then go back on about your day. And I think that's quite different from what is being offered. Everything out there today is excellent. Some of the bloggers that are active in our field, as you know, take on more technical
Yeah.
information, very related to arthritis. So I have always felt, and our team feels, these fill a real niche, and I would go so far as to say void. Hey, share with our audience how you came up with the name. Tell us about the process, because
Uh,
it's so fun coming up when you're. It's like giving birth. You've given birth to a blog. So tell
yeah.
us. I love the naming process. So tell the audience about that.
Well, I live in a house with a whole lot of people. And so there's actually two families that live in our house. It's nothing weird. It's a whole other story, but we do. We have a lot of people and they're all wonderful. And so I put a big piece of brown paper on our giant kitchen table and two cupfuls of crayons and said, I need a name for this blog, guys. You know me best. So we have like scribblings and drawings and like all the ideas you could ever imagine. And ideas really just prompt more ideas. That's
Yeah.
often what happens, right? Like you think of something and then this and then that and then away you go. And I think joint journeys to me works because my husband and I like to backpack, and we always say like, well, there's a couple of things. You can only prepare as much as you can prepare a journey. Like you can do all the research you want, check the weather, check the like landscape, and you can come as prepared as you think you need to be, and it can be different. And you can have a new challenge and you can have something that you just really weren't expecting. And so there's that. And then there's also, my husband always gives me a hard time about this. He says, don't pack your fears. Don't bring things just because you think something might happen.
Oh, I
So,
love that.
isn't that good?
Yeah.
I know. He's a pretty smart guy. And he says, don't pack your fears. So, like, you just bring, like, don't be irresponsible.
Yeah.
Bring what's necessary, but don't pack your fears that nothing bad has happened yet. And I thought, that's kind of like life, isn't it? Like our journeys, we can only prepare for what we can prepare for knowingly. Like we you got to step out, you got to go, you got to put
Yeah.
that foot out, you got to just start. You have to just go. But don't just always be expecting the worst.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard
So
when you live with chronic disease, isn't it?
it is, but
Yeah.
you just still have to make that choice, a very conscious choice
Yeah.
to just keep going, keep moving forward. And I thought that kind of worked. That's kind of my philosophy. So,
And I think the second half of the blog title is so appropriate because it is about the journey,
mm,
but there's still that underlying fact that it is with arthritis.
that's
And
right. That's
and
right.
I think those two coming together, I'll let the audience know that your draft list then came to our ACE team, and we started riffing off what you guys riffed on. And I think we had about 50 or 55 blog titles. And then we said, Carrie and I had to roll up our sleeves and get tough. And we threw out a whole pile of them and then honed in. And it was really, Carrie, this is your blog title. You're the one that nailed it in the end. Joint Journeys, Life with Arthritis by Carrie. It's such an exciting time. Listen, if you had one kind of wish or hope that the blog Joint Journeys, Life with Arthritis by Carrie will give people or do for people, what would it be?
um, I've had to do a lot of hard work. It's a process. That being diagnosed with a chronic illness, I actually think it's kind of like you grieve. You do this circle of grieving happens, and it's not linear. We know
Yeah.
that about grief, and you just kind of circle through all these different stages of grief for the rest of your life. you know, you can just circle through them. And I've done a lot of hard work to recognize where I'm at, and also while I'm doing that, to keep moving forward, to find the joy. You know, I think I fully believe that there is joy to be found. And I've just made the conscious choice to just live my life. Like I said, not irresponsibly. I've packed for this journey, but I just really do. I really want to just keep living, whatever that means. Like that, it's going to change as I age, as my disease changes or progresses, or whatever my situation changes. But I always want to choose to just keep living, just to, you know, face the fear of the unknown and go forward.
Yeah.
You know, allowing myself those times to be upset. It's okay to be upset, and that's fully like that's absolutely acceptable, but not to stay there, and to make connections like you and I have, so that, you know, you make those connections and you say, oh right, I remember, that is a good thing, or that is a good day, or sunshine really is beautiful, or whatever it happens to be. And you remember again, and you get yourself up and you get yourself going again. So I hope that these posts will, like you said, maybe be a challenge. Like maybe I'll have something inspirational to say, but also just a reminder that we're all kind of going forward together, that we can hold each other's hands and away we go, because
Yeah.
it's pretty hard to do it on your own.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think you used a word at the very beginning of answering my question, and that was joy.
Yeah.
And what I see in the posts is going, I believe, will give people joy in their life with arthritis. I think it will take them away. Like I said, we get to sit on your little lily pad of life for a few minutes every month, and we so look forward to starting our lily pad sitting today, May 25th, which is blog launch day. I know, it's so exciting. We really encourage the audience, obviously, Carrie, to engage with us, to email us their thoughts at feedback@jointhealth.org. At the end of this, folks are going to see a slide with the URL along the navigation bar on our website, which is www.jointhealth.org. You'll see a post that says blogs. If you click there, you're going to find Carrie's page, Joint Journeys, Life with Arthritis by Carrie. We really want to hear your thoughts, and hope that it does the things that Carrie and I hope it will do for you, and what it's done for us in our relationship over the last 3.5 years. And we look forward to working with you, Carrie. It's been such a pleasure, an honor. I've had rheumatoid arthritis for a long time, and I thought, there's not much more that's going to inspire me, but you inspire me, and I thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
So folks, thanks so much for tuning in. Please enjoy the blog, Joint Journeys, Life with Arthritis by Carrie. Let us know what you think, and have a great rest of week, and we'll see you again next week. Thanks for joining, Carrie.
Bye.